Well, I appreciate your patience. That's the rain for you there. That is the rain for you. I guess the PNC, they're back with their opiate again. Remember, they were having the same thing leading up to the elections. I was always having issues with my live stream, my laptop, no audio, no this, no that. Remember that period? Well, it started happening again. So just let me know that you're getting my audio. Forgive the weather. It's pouring outside, and apparently the soundproof is not working well because I can hear it coming through the feed. But if you're getting me well, then that's good. And I apologize for the rain. President Irfan Ali, why would you have the rain fall at this hour, knowing that your humble servant has to serve the people? I'm blaming you, Ali. You're the reason why the rain is falling. So I started this time because I wanted to fine-tune a few things, and I was busy with trying to get stuff sorted out. So be patient with me. I beg you, be patient with me. You know, I'll hire people in the future, and we'll get this thing sorted out so you will have a smooth experience in viewing Uncensored Guyana. You know, just be patient. Buy the book. Support the books. Support the Dorga Foundation. Support the program. Subscribe to the channel. Share the channel. Talk about the channel. Comment on the channel. You know, help the channel to grow. All right? And if you have some free time and you want to read more, then buy the books. You see, when you buy the books, it gives strength to what we're doing. Then we can bring to you a more pleasant experience in broadcasting. But for now, I thank you for your patience. And Ganesh Mahipal, Ganesh Mahipal, I think the black people are exhausted with you. I think they had enough. The Afro-Guyanese they had enough. They had it here with you, Ganesh. Oh, sorry. You're not a mouth. My bad. They had it here with you, Ganesh Mahipal. They had it here with you. Stop embarrassing the people. Manipal, stop embarrassing the people. They had enough of you. You are not a politician, Ganesh Mahipal. You are worse than your criminal boss, Azruddin Mohammed. Mahipal, you're not a politician. You are a joke. You are embarrassing the black people. If Burnham was alive, if Forbes Burnham was alive, and seeing somebody like you A thing like you, a low life like you, Ganesh Mahipal, holding a prominent position in the racist PNC, the party that was built around the ideology of black superiority, of Black Lives Matter, everything African, everything black. And to know that they entrusted you, Mahipal, with your homosexuality to conduct yourself in a clean and professional way. We understand your corruption. The whole PNC is a corrupt organization. Sorry, a corrupt group of people. They have no structure. We understand they're all corrupt. They were the accidental government in 2015, 2020. We get all of that. So corruption is not something they would call out. They wouldn't condemn that. They're all the same. Amanza Walter, Sonia Bloom, they're all the fucking same. However, Ganesh, do you see any of the homosexuals in the PNC behaving with a low life skunkness like you? I mean, seriously. You are a fucking reject, Ganesh. You are an embarrassment to your family. Your mother, I don't know what's her life status, but if your mom is alive, Ganesh, she should be wishing she didn't deport you back to your father's balls so he can jerk you off in the toilet. Because that's what you are, Ganesh. You are shit. You are shit. You're poop. Okay, that is synonymous with your personality. You know, your identity, your shitty identity. Okay, good. But you are disgracing the black people. You represent them, remember? The PNC is not an Indian party. It's not a Chinese party. It's a black, quote unquote, black party. They stand for blackness. Pro-black. Everything for them is black. Black, 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 black. This is why they don't condemn crime and criminals and gangs and thugs. They don't, because it is a part of their culture. What the fuck you doing there? You're embarrassing the people. Which gay in the PNC behaves like shitty like you? Like you're fucking desperate. We understand. None of the niggas are attracted to you. They pretend to be gay, but they like women. You are neither of the two. What's your identity? What do you identify as? Asshole? You know, these words that pop into my head, sometimes I can't help myself. Yeah, I mean, I was trying to embarrass Mahipal by calling him an asshole. But I mean, my genius mind just happens to put sentences always perfectly. And it was intended to embarrass the guy, but I labeled him exactly as he is. He's an ass with a hole. That's where he takes the buggery, in his asshole. So I can't embarrass somebody who I'm describing rightly how he is. I don't know how to embarrass these people. I need some street sense. I don't have any. I need some street sense. You know, when you spend your life with books and all, you're kind of dumb when it comes to the streets. I need to call Ajruddin and ask for an idea. How can I describe the PNC, Ajruddin, and yourself? Because I think I'm doing a bad job in describing yourself. You see, I'm using the dictionary. I am using the dictionary to describe you, Ajruddin, but you don't even understand what I'm saying. You and your followers. When I call you a pea-brain, an imbecile, even when I say a lunatic, they think it's a compliment. So how do I describe Mahipal? A reject? Yeah. Because imagine, the criminal mastermind, Muhammad, with all his low-lifeness, with all his ugly ghetto personality, he rejected, that skunk that a PPP rightly dismissed, that crook, the genius in not paying rent. He made the Guyanese critic look good. Because Azure didn't like to say that, oh, the Guyanese critic owe rent. But come on. Critic is in Africa, right? The man is flying. At least he can fly. I believe I can fly. I believe I can go to Africa. I have no indictments. I am not blocked anywhere. I believe I can fly. Muhammad, you can't. The difference with you and the critic. But imagine, Azruddin Muhammad refused that reject that went on that nasty skunks so-called camera in his house. Mahipal, what did he pay with? Because Azruddin didn't want him. Imagine Azruddin refused the gossip against Irfan Ali and the PPP. When you see that Azruddin Muhammad turned down propaganda and lies against the PNC, the PPP, you can tell it is shitty. Not even Azruddin is convinced. And he would accept any gossip, anything against the PPP, he would accept. But not even him was impressed. What the fuck am I going to do with that? You are low life. What? I must pay you to snitch on the PPP? You're looking for money? Oh, come on, man. Azruddin turned down that reject because he was looking for money from Azruddin to sell this lie, this so-called leaker. Oh, I'm going to burst the secrets. I'm going to talk about corruption. Friends and family with contracts. Yeah. And the same man who wanted to snitch said he built 3 houses while he was in the system. Where did he get the money from? And with all the money he had or has, he had a man, the landlord went cussing out and wanted to beat his ass for the man's money. His family and him owes the man money. 4 months rent, plus light bill and water bill. You see why they're snitching? Because they did not get to steal, to rob, to embezzle. Ali did not allow it or encourage it. He showed them the fucking door. He says, no thanks, you can go. So they're bitter. Like the Darwin Best guy who couldn't steal and rob in Guyana. Well, he did and got away with it. And Azruddin Muhammad who couldn't continue with his gang-related activities. And I'm sure the head of Kanu, James Singh, that threat that is constantly hanging over your head, it is my opinion that you should look internally. I believe that Muhammad has something to do with the so-called Venezuelan or whoever it is behind the hidden camera. That's how they are cowards. That's how cowardly they are. You want to play gangster. Oh, I'm threatening James Singh and I want my drugs back. Asshole. Pusshole. Do like your alleged boss. Don't hide behind some face mask. Show your face. You're a gangster, right? You're powerful. You might be in another country. Nobody knows. You speak Spanish. But don't hide. What kind of a terrorism is that? What kind of a gangsterism is that? What kind of a thug are you? Like them fucking niggas who want to rob Chinese and kill people. There's always a face mask. Why? You're the bully, right? You're the man. You're the big boss, strong man. Show your fucking face. Don't hide. Don't sneak up and hit someone. Don't go with a gang against one man. You're a pussy. So you're hiding and threatening James Singh. Show yourself. Approach the man. You want to fight? You want to be powerful? Hey, I come to you now. I want my drugs. Do like what that black thug did at the police station. Where is it? La Penitence? Yesterday or some when he went there with some paper about some obvious shit, and then he's threatening the life of Bar Jagdeo. That is some gangsterism shit. Yes, that is somebody who has a death wish. That is what you call black suicide. I mean, that's how niggas commit suicide. Yeah, they're tough, they're powerful. He want to kill Jagdeo. He want to harm the vice president. So he comes on his page, video himself threatening the life of the vice president. That is somebody who wants to be dead. You can understand, give the man credit for that. He has the balls to ask them to shoot him for life imprisonment. Give him that. President Jagdeo, you know I'm being sarcastic. Irfan Ali, President Irfan Ali, my brother. You know I love you. I may criticize and talk shit sometime, but I'm doing it because you still didn't call and say thanks for the book. So I'm still pissed. But apart from that, I would never turn my back against you. Even after you finish your presidential term, you're still good in my book. You're still the greatest president until somebody does better. But it's funny. President Irfan, it's funny to see the man that you allowed, because you are law and order. Your government wants to live nice with everybody. So you allowed the Speaker of the House to convene a special meeting so that asshole can take the oath as opposition leader, only to come online on numerous occasions and breach his constitutional requirements in addressing you, President Ali, as President Irfan Ali in his capacity as opposition leader. But yet, what he did is to say President Jagdeo in a direct disrespect and dishonorment to you, President Irfan Ali. And you see, you are the nice guy. You didn't sanction him. The parliament didn't correct him. Everybody took it like it's funny. So I'm saying President Jagdeo, because if you can allow, if you, President Irfan Ali, the elected president of Guyana, constitutionally elected president of Guyana, and the person on the other side of the aisle, elected opposition leader, can address you, not by your title, but addressing your vice president that you made vice president, president. It is a blatant disrespect, and the opposition leader should have been sanctioned and fucking fired. He should have been sanctioned and fired for those remarks. But instead, people just see it as funny. Everything they take as funny and the dangers, those things they consider funny, is causing. So I'll say President Jagdeo. And I'm throwing it back at Ajruddin. You're the opposition leader. You're saying President Jagdeo, I'm saying President Jagdeo. So President Jagdeo should accept the name President Jagdeo and just fire the fucking opposition leader. Because if Irfan, the constitutional president, can't do it, and Ajruddin acknowledges you, Jagdeo, as a president, then okay, fine. Then fire him. Since he sees you as a president, since he's not going to acknowledge Irfan as a president, then you do it, Jagdeo. You fire him. So like I said, these people that continue to embarrass Guyana, the country Guyana, Ganesh Mahipur, back to you. Using taxpayers' money to solicit dicks You should know, as a prominent parliamentarian who spent decades in politics, you're going to be soliciting homosexual activities, knowing that the person to whom you're doing it with, you never met the person, you don't know the person. They send you a dick pic and you get your mouth start to water. You want to suck on it. That's what I said the other day, right? You don't smoke, so it's not marijuana or cigarette cause your lips to look like a fucking carcass. It's them nasty dicks you keep sucking on. That's what has discolored your lips, the devil's lips. And there you are. Oh, I have thick skin. It doesn't matter what they say. No, Ganesh, you are a loser. You are embarrassing Bornham. And since Norton has no dignity, and Campbell has no honesty, and Sherrod Duncan, I guess the gays that politic together stick together, so they wouldn't condemn you. They're all guilty of the same thing. It's just that their shit ain't leak yet. But Ganesh Mahipal, you should resign. Do the right thing and resign from the parliament. You're already marred in all kinds of criminal activities. You're stealing from students, stealing from women. I mean, come on, man. When enough is enough, Mahipal? When is it enough? Quit while you are ahead. Go to Barbados. You don't need a passport now. Just go take your ID card and go to Barbados. Go get familiar with the flying fish. They got a lot of them with spears in front of the beak, you know. They can juke you in that nasty hole. Then you don't have to pay. You don't have to offer money. This is why a lot of young men in Guyana are turning into homosexuality. Because men like you, Ganesh Mahipal, you are using taxpayers' money. How much of those boys in the university you turned out by the money you stole from the university? How much of it you took to pay those students, those male students, to bugger you? How much of it? Huh? Ganesha? Is that what you do with monies that you steal? The woman's, what do they call it again? Duty-free concession that you sold. Is that what you do with the money? You're saving all the money, so whenever a man sends you a dick pic, the fastest thing you can do is offer him money for them to bugger you. That's how this thing works. This is why the high rate of homosexuality and HIV is so high in Guyana. This is because a lot of you men, instead of being responsible, you're using money to bribe young men and distributing all kinds of diseases to people. You are an embarrassment, a shame. Shit, man, your mother should really have deported you back to your father's dick so you can masturbate you out in the toilet. You're full of shit. How much did that guy pay you for that interview? I mean, how much did you pay him? What, you exchanged dick to ass? Because he ain't got money. He can't pay his rent, so he ain't got money. And you ain't gonna pay a Indo-Guyanese, a man of that fucking low life, to bugger you. I mean, so what? He had to do it for free for you to make him popular, hoping that his lies would gain traffic. Well, it didn't. Okay? He's a scum like you, a low life, and it didn't gain traffic. So it's bye-bye. We have a lot of good things to talk about today. But you know, you got to get these things out of the way. You have to just deal with this nastiness. You know, flush the toilet, drain the city. And when you are Priyamanik Chan, the beautiful Priya Manikchan, when you are distributing garbage trucks again, get the things you spray the mosquitoes. Yeah, donate some of that after elections when the PPP wins Georgetown Region 4. When the PPP wins Region 4, donate a lot to Region 4 so they can spray out the flies, the mosquitoes like Amanza Desire, just spray them out. Push them back to Linden. Let them go and fight in Linden. Yes, Amanza. You're a mosquito. Should I break down what I mean by that? You're sucking on blood. That's it. This is why you survived with your one seat. You were the accidental parliamentarian. They felt sorry for you. Well, is your looks. Because all them other females in the PNZ and the fucking win, they needed somebody that they can approach. I mean, like, look at. So they realized that you got nothing else, buddy. Just let's give Amanza let her come because at least she looks good. But that's your only qualification in getting that opposition seat, Amanza, your looks. But don't you ever wash off that makeup. Don't remove it. Because when you do, they're going to see the real you and say, oh, fuck. Damn, she's old. Yeah, let them niggas that masturbate to you, let them call me again. Let them call me. Like I said, you're a mosquito. You're sucking on the blood of the people. You people waste in the PNC, the accidental government. You waste in that. And now because you think your statement or your letter got reactions from this so-called international group to pressure the government to convene the parliament, you're mounting up now. You're not mounting up, Amanza. You will never be anything important. You are at the same level as Mahi Paul and all them other shitheads on the opposition side in the parliament, same level. That's where you shall remain. The day you step over to the PPP, I have an issue with Jagdeo. The day you step over, and if they accept you with open arms, then my problems start. In the meantime, continue mouthing up. Yeah, do your thing. Government is corrupt. That's what you say, right? I saw something that blew me away. I mean, I was blown away with Barbados and Guyana now becoming two brothers. Say, hey, we're family, man. You don't need to have borders. Get rid of that book. We just want to know that you're a Guyanese by your ID card, and that's good for me. We ain't got to waste ink to stamp you every time. You're Guyanese? Good, let's go. You're Bajan? Ah, come on, man. You can live both sides. Both sides. If you can afford a plane ticket, or you have a boat that you can sail to Barbados back and forth every week, you're living both sides. This is your home, that's your home. That's how you treat family. Family is not like Roshan Khan. He was special ticket. Put my name on it, Bishop. Bishop, why didn't you put my name on it, Bishop? Roshan Khan, it's spelled R-O-S-H-A-N. Roshan Khan. K-H-A-N. Roshan Khan. Yeah, Bishop, put it. I want to see my name on the ticket. I can say, look, you see, I'm important. The PPP invited me to a special boat cruise to Fort Island. Fucking bitch. But apart from that, and I love the Bajan Prime Minister. The president and the prime minister are women. Girl power. I guess they realize that, hey, we're short of men here in Barbados. The men are going to Venezuela, so we're short of men here. We need some of the straight Guyanese men coming to Barbados to breed our women. And since these guys don't like going to get their passports, let's make it easy for them. Everybody has an ID card. Say, hey guys, we got a lot of single women here in Barbados. They're horny. They have dildos. But we need more people on the island. Somebody got to impregnate them. And since the Guyana and Barbados is like one, just let them Guyanese men go and have relationships, the straight ones. We want them twisted ones. Bring the straight ones. So to get rid of the passport thing, that's bravo. We did it. And then we have, I love doctor. I'm a doctor. I love doctors. Amazing people. And trust me, you think I'm the only one that cuss? You got to see them medical doctors when they drink and get drunk. You got to see them in their private setting. Oh, you think? Oh my gosh. But the code of conduct, they have to conduct themselves a certain way in public. They're doctors, set a standard. But in private, I got a lot of friends who are doctors. They're nastier than I am. They're like, wow, man, they're right here. But you get it. So we have our Indian brothers and sisters. The truth is, most doctors, scientists, specialists, experts in the field of ICT, medicine, are Indians. The Indian people dominate the medical field. Dominate. If you have 1 million doctors in every medical area, I mean, gynecology, general medicine, you name the field in the medical structure. If you have 1 million, let's say in the world, 700,000 are Indians. The 300,000 are mixed people. You have like 200,000 whites, 100,000 Chinese, and 50,000 blacks. Okay, fine. Don't be offended. Okay, don't be offended. Don't be so sensitive. I'm not bringing down black people. I'm being realistic here. In most countries, the majority of doctors in whatever field, whatever medical field that deals with the human body are Indians. Indians, ancestry East India. The people just have a gift for medicine. They just have I don't know, maybe it's a God's thing or something. Maybe it's a blessing from the universe. Indians, I mean, they got a lot of Indian doctors in China. So what President Irfan Ali and the Minister of Health, Dr. Frank Anthony, what they have achieved in the robotics, heart surgery, via the internet. How much 1,000 miles is it again? 5,000? I mean, somebody tell me in a comment section if you saw the thing. It's what, 5,000 miles between Guyana and India. How much 1,000 miles? But the distance. I mean, I have issues with my internet connection streaming on YouTube. And I have a solid package to upload my bandwidth, my imagery and the video in streaming is an issue. It's affecting the views, affecting the algorithm because of the internet. I know we have all this rain and so on. Imagine the technological genius the Ali government had to acquire, to secure, to make sure it was in place to have such a procedure. Imagine. That was a huge risk, a gamble that paid off. To the greatest president in the history of presidents, nowhere else in the world. Aren't you proud to be Guyanese? No, seriously. No other country, all the so-called developed country, including China and Russia and America and Europe, no other country or continent in the history of robotics and medicine has ever successfully, remotely performed an open heart surgery via the internet by using robotics. Never happened. I'm waiting. Tap yourself on your shoulder if you are a Guyanese. Come on, go ahead. It's your body. It's your ID card. You're traveling to Barbados without a passport. Your government, your Guyanese doctors, your specialist performed an heart surgery on a patient in India from Guyana successfully. Successfully. And that is, look at the distance. With all of the possibilities of the internet, with all of the risk in something going wrong in terms of the AI model, in terms of they pulled it off flawlessly, flawlessly, flawlessly. Aren't you proud to be Guyanese? Why isn't that trending? Why isn't that trending? You go on Facebook, look at what is trending. Look at what's trending. Corrupt Mahipol, and this bitch ass ex regional whatever for the PPP. People who want to kill Jaglio. Look at what is trending on the internet. Brainless, spineless, so-called stories. Look at what is trending on the newscast. Nothing of importance. Absolutely nothing of relevance. But the most important two news, two realistic, authenticated news isn't trending. That is the fact that there are two countries in the world where you don't need passport to go to. And the two countries in the world that performed on-air surgery, robotics. A human on one end controlling buttons via computer, and the robots on another side carrying out the work. The two biggest stories didn't get attention. You see the level? Do you see the level of the taste of the average internet consumer from Guyana? You see? Oh, that is not spicy. Oh, it doesn't make me angry. My heart is not skipping a beat. I don't want to hear that. Oh, Dr. Prasad published 7 books. Um, yeah, my books wouldn't trend. What I've accomplished wouldn't trend. People wouldn't share that. They wouldn't like it because humans have lost their sense of decency. But what is coming from the other side, what Azruddin Mohammed is doing, the lies he's pushing, all of that is trending. 10 AK-47. Yes, guns are dangerous. And if they're being smuggled, you have to find out why, for what purpose. So yes, people should be concerned about that. The people are wanted, they know who they are. The law enforcement are going after them. Why is that trending? Is it the first time? How many times haven't we had issues with guns missing? Guns this, it's a norm. This drugs and that drugs, a fucking norm. Why is it trending? And a heart surgery being done by a country that people had no respect for 5 years ago, 2015, 2020. It was a dead country. Guyana was a country waiting to be buried. God had given up on Guyana. Guyana rebounced, rebooted, ricochet 2020. In the most difficult time on the globe, Guyana bounced back. Now Guyana, I want to say the hottest country, but that's Trump's term. He likes to use that. But Guyana is the most fuckable country in the world right now. Everybody wants a piece of Guyana. Everybody wants a piece because of Irfan Ali. Yes, he is responsible. Because when you want to blame, when you have issues happening that have nothing to do with him, you say, yes, you're the president. You should take responsibility. It's your government. You put the people there. Good. So you blame him for the bad and the stupid and the made up stories. But come on, you can't give him credit when things are going good. Then let's do that. Guyana has achieved a tremendous milestone. It's Ali's fault. Barbados, India, Guyana, we did it. It's Ali's fault. Okay? He made it happen. His initiative, his genius, the fact that God blessed him, the country is blessed as a result of one man's blessing. The entire nation is prospering. The entire nation of Guyana is prospering because of one man. Give him the fucking credit. So fine. They don't want to trend it. They don't want to let the world know what we have achieved as a country. I'm going to make them know. I'll do it. Guyana has achieved a milestone that no other country in the history of countries, the history of science, has ever achieved. Operating on a patient who had a heart problem, 5,000 miles apart. Via the internet, one side of robots, the other side humans. The best doctors, the best specialists, brainiacs, our Indian brothers and sisters. Give them the credit. Hats off. Keep studying. Yeah. Forget about the iPhone. Forget about the Nike and all these stupid accessories. The makeup, the fake wig and fake hair, forget about all of that. You go into primary school, look at what is possible with education. Being a bus conductor, you can't achieve that. Being a laborer, you can't achieve that. Being a baby mama, early in your life, you can't achieve it. Going to prison as a teenager, you can't achieve it. How you can achieve it? Stay in school, study, focus. The government has afforded the country free education, absolutely free. I believe in that, free education. I believe in that. The government has made it possible. Imagine if those specialists, those doctors that performed, I was a part of the team that put all those things in place to make that surgery possible. Imagine if they had access to free education and their parents were not burdened to pay for their tertiary learning. Imagine what they would have achieved academically if they had achieved this much, having to pay for the education. No, it's free. What's your excuse? What, you don't have the time? You're not patient? What is your excuse? You don't have one. Because eventually your excuse would be the burial ground or the prisons. Thank you, Irfan Ali, President Irfan Ali. Fuck Muhammad. Jagdeo is not the president. You want to be funny, Ajruddin, with your back vagina? Be funny offline. President Irfan Ali, Muhammad Irfan Ali is the constitutionally elected president of Guyana until 2030. After then, let's hope he get a third term. Jagdeo is not the president. You can't piss off Irfan by saying President Jagdeo. The man knows he's a president. You're not that important, Ajruddin, to piss off such a great man. The man is not insecure. Do you see how he dresses? Does he dress like he's insecure? Does he wear suits to impress? If President Ali can wear a t-shirt, everywhere he would wear a t-shirt. It's a burden for him to have to wear suits like me. He don't like it. He just want to be calm, comfortable, and just relax with everybody. At the same time, exposing his genius. Do you know how much convincing, negotiating it would take for two countries to agree not to use passports? No other president has ever achieved that. No other country had the workable relationship and the common sense to say, hey, if we want to build our economies, to integrate our people, forget the passports. Now the model with Barbados and Guyana is going to be adapted throughout CARICOM. Now, no CARICOM country would require a passport from CARICOM nationals, none. So any CARICOM country, you can just jump on a plane and go with your ID card. That is what will develop the region. And when Guyana continues to make its place and take its place on the global stage, even Europe and America is going to say, if you have a Guyanese ID card, you don't need a visa. You can come. Because we know you wouldn't stay here. Your life is better in Guyana. Why would you want to live in America or Europe? For what? To work like a slave? No, you were living free like kings and queens, and some of you like peasants in Guyana, free country. Why would you want to leave that to go slave in somebody else's country? You got to be real a nuthead to do that. Because of Irfan Ali. That is a privilege Guyanese is going to experience in the near future. You better embrace it and thank the universe that 2020 will mark the day Guyana was restored and shall never again experience the hardship of 2015, 2020. Guyana is the best, the greatest, the strongest country right now because of Irfan Ali. One fucking man. One. He picked his team. It wasn't selected for him. He picked everybody else. And he's the reason why they're all working on his agenda to make life better for all Guyanese. And the elections that's coming up, AFC, you have a reason. Who put stuff for you to smell, for you to wake up? AFC? What? Odessa Primus wants a coalition now? You were sleeping, right? You were gone. You want to contest the local government for another embarrassment? You want another embarrassment, AFC? Okay. Let's see who will vote for you. Mahi Paul? You should have stayed asleep. Okay, I mean, the man already left, the lawyer. I forgot his name too. Nigel Hughes. He left. So now these others are scrambling to see what they can get, the crumbs. Stay hidden. I saw something where some ex-police officer turned lawyer published a book criticizing the government. And you know what is sad about it? These black professionals that brings books out from time to time, it never really helped their people. It's always targeted against bringing down the Ali government or the PPP. They're always talking about corruption and always exposing corruption with no evidence, none whatsoever. I actually produced a book from my collection of 7. There's still another one to complete the 8 series. Black Plague, I Come in the Name of Hate, can rival any so-called book any black person brings out in the past to the present. Any. Sadly, they're going to boycott my book and support those other so-called books that are cussing out the government, lying on the government, and they bring this out before elections. Before elections, because they want the average person in the PNC who can't read to take it to the church and have the pastor interpret it for them and say, hey, vote for Win and vote for... When what they need is my book. Every black home needs a copy of my book. Let your children read as a family. Then you would understand that all these leaders that are coming out with books and coming out with this, they don't mean well for you. They're looking for their own glory, their own fame. They're not going to retire and just stay in their retirement and just live in a home and fuck some old ladies. No. They keep nagging and nagging and nagging. Because what? Just like Campbell from the PNC and all them others, they're lusting. They want to have sex with the oil. No, not to rub the oil in their penis or, as Ganesh Mahipal, to take the oil to lubricate his ass. No. They literally want to fuck the oil. Like it's a pussy or it's an asshole. And in their context, rob the oil money. So they are motivated by the whole lust, the fantasy that if they are in government, what they will do with the oil money. They're not going to build a bridge. They wouldn't have a beautiful independence celebration. They would not have robotics. They wouldn't invest in the medical sector, in the health sector. They would not give Guyanese more on their pensions. They would not give Guyanese for their children, for their families. They would not have free education. They would not have bigger, wider, stronger, resilient roads. No, none of that. They're fantasizing. Ganesh Mahipal, now he can sponsor a school for boys And he could be the head patron. And every weekend, he gets his commission with little boys' dicks. Then all the others, Norton, he can have a whole cap salon for himself. Hair studio, makeup. So every day he has his own makeup artist to redo him so he can come on camera and look at least human. All them others, Best, Darwin Best, and all these other people, they just want the opportunity to have Melly smell, suck on their pussy, their back pussy, so she can travel freely. They can tell America, well, this is a sister, and she has a reason to come to Guyana, so no, let her go back. So she has the opportunity to fly to Guyana, suck on their back pussy. What do they call it again, David Hines? Oh, Lig Bamsey. Lig Bamsey, and then they fly back. She fly back. And then Burke and the others, they can do their threesome there. That's what they're fantasizing. But we actually have a government that works. The evidence is there. We have the receipts. And what are the receipts? No passport for Barbados, the best independence celebration in the history of Guyana, robotics, heart surgery, and pretty soon, recently they had a eye care hospital open, right? Pretty soon they have LASIK surgery done in Guyana. Come on, man, for fuck's sake, man. For fuck's sake. I'm getting pissed. I'll just, let me, seriously, I'm getting pissed. I ain't reading nothing today. I'm not reading anything from the book today. I'm fucking pissed. I think about it I think about what a good life these motherfuckers have in Guyana. What a great life they have. They eat how much they want. They party every fucking weekend. Guyana has more shows, more activities than any country in the Caribbean. Every weekend is some feast, there's some party, there's some celebration, there's some this. Every day is some show. And it's a lot of money to go into these shows, these promoters. Every week is an activity. There's nowhere else, any Caribbean country, you have that. They have the latest phones. Everything Guyana is up to date, and these ungrateful fuckers are complaining. They're complaining. Let a lot of them go to Haiti. And let the PNC people, let them go live at least for 1 year in Nigeria or the Congo. All them who are complaining and talking and whatever shit they're talking, let them go. Let Azruddin Mohammed go to India, where those guys came from, and spend 6 months. Then they would make the comparison, and they're going to run back to Guyana and kiss Ali's feet and say, sorry, President Ali, I didn't know you were such a great man. We're telling you he is. I'm telling you he is. You need the experience to make comparison. Go. Fine. Have some fun. Let's get some comments here. We have Bibi Shack. She's saying some people don't appreciate the government. What the government is doing. Jealousy is killing them all. So they're trying to bring down the president. They can't. Let them keep trying. Yes, we have Nina Singh says, every Sunday at 63, because that's where you see Guyanese enjoying their lives. Yeah, 63 is a beach, right? 63 beach, yeah. Yeah, of course. Okay. As is done to be in India. Of course he is. I'm just being funny. You have to make the guy, let him feel like he has some brains sometimes. So I want him to go, but he can't travel. So he'll have to do it via Zoom. He has to be it via Zoom, and get that thing that Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg you put over your eye. You can experience virtual reality. He needs one of that, so you can look at those fine sisters in India and you can jerk off with his anal dick. So go to Amazon.com and buy a copy of my books. You have Prince Ali and the President, Volume 1 through to Volume 7. Support the work. And like I said, I understand my books are up for debates, discussions. Buy a copy, read it, then you will see. I mean well. Share this live. I want to hear from you in the comment section. And we'll see each other again. It's Friday. Enjoy yourself. Thanks for your attention. Goodbye.